Rube Goldberg would be proud. Hi, Dean Jenkins with FollowMeTrades.com, and this is the market update for the week coming up of May 21st, 2018. So, Rube Goldberg was famous he was an engineer, but he became famous as a cartoonist, and he created cartoons depicting complicated gadgets that perform simple tasks in indirect, convoluted ways. And as I read articles and listen to commentators on the market, I can't help but think of that they're kind of taking a Rube Goldberg approach to analyzing markets. People try to put all the moving parts of the market into some understandable context and talk about rising oil prices, inflation, wage pressure, more interest rate increases, strength in the dollars, precious metal supplies, and of course, don't forget cryptocurrency and how that's changing everything. And again, I think they just try to make sense of a complex machine and understand how the moving parts work and figure out what that means and what's going to happen next. But the problem is the market's not a machine, and it does not have a predictable outcome, a perfectly predictable outcome. And by the way, if you figure out the current machine, and you're watching the balls here, where's it going to end up and how's it going to get there? The problem is just about the time you got this machine figured out, the machine has changed, and the path that the balls are going to take is different. And what's important in analyzing the markets, I think, is just stepping back and taking a very simple approach and saying, what is going on? What is the reality of the market? How are the participants responding and reacting? So let's go take a look at the charts and see what is going on, what the reality is.
So this is a daily chart of the S&P 500, and as we talked about last week, prior weeks it had been in this wedge formation, and the prior week it popped out into an uptrend. Now, the last week, the last 5 trading sessions, it gradually came down, but this looks like at least a temporary support area in the bigger picture over the last couple months is a higher low at support, new high. So we would expect this to pull down, maybe along this blue trend line, maybe down to the Ichimoku cloud, and then to continue up. That's the reality. That's the trend we're in right now, and it's that is the reality until it changes. So it looks like the market is, at least in the near term, heading up. And let's take a look at the S&P 500 is the 500 largest companies in the U.S. Big cap companies. Let's look at small cap for a minute. So here's a daily chart of the Russell 2000, and you can see, unlike the S&P 500, it does have this bigger pattern here for the last couple months of a high, higher low, new high. But this high is an all-time high. It's above the previous high put in at the beginning of the year. So this is definitely bullish, and small caps are leading the way. And guess where my trades are currently concentrated? Yeah, you're right, in small cap stocks, and we're hitting some out of the park, doing really, really well on those. And that's because we're simply, rather than trying to spend too much time and going through the looking glass with Alice, is trying to figure out why. We're simply looking at what the market is complex. There are a lot of moving parts, but ultimately it's what the participants think about all the various inputs and data and information, and their collective response to it. The market votes. Benjamin Graham pointed that out 100 years ago. Maybe not that long, but we follow what the market is doing until something changes, and then we follow that new reality. So the market's heading up for now. Historically, we believe there's a correction out in the future, and we'll be ready for that when it happens. But it's going up, and we're going up with it, and we're not spending too much time trying to understand the intricate interconnection of the pieces of why. Because I think that can lead you astray and just be frustrating. So it's going up, we're going up with it. When it changes, we'll go down with it. So that's my take on the markets. And again, we're weighted long right now on smaller cap stocks, and we're doing really, really well on several of those. I'll give you a quick example. Here is symbol CLNE. This is Clean Energy Corp. And we took a long position on this early last week at 209. It's sitting up here at 242. We're in really, really nice profit already, and we got a price target of 303, and it could go beyond that. This is, It had a big, huge move down, found a bottom, and now it's breaking out. This is a correction to that downtrend, but it looks so good so far, and it's a small cap, and it's going up with the Russell and the rest of the small caps, and we're going up with it. And we've already got really nice profit on this one, and looks like more to come. So that's an example of simply trading the realities of what's going on currently, and picking good trade setups, and then using risk control trade management to get the most profit out of it. Let's take a look at oil. No news, no new news here. No big surprise, right? Oil's going up. That's been in the headlines. It's been the reality. I'm sure you're seeing it at the gas pump. Oil's been in a really impressive bullish move, and we project that the target zone for that on the crude oil futures is $71 to $80. That's already hit the target zone. We think it's going to continue. There's no sign of that trend changing. The reality is it's putting in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. It could pull back and continue on, but no sign that the momentum is slowing down here at all. So looking for continued highs in the near term in oil. And here is gold. Gold has been difficult. It looked like it was in a longer uptrend, but that's breaking down, and it's broken down through key support levels, down through the 200. It's been down below the Ichimoku cloud for some time, and it's putting in shorter term lows. So gold right now is heading down, and the momentum for that is growing. So longer term, huge picture on weekly, monthly charts, probably a bullish pattern for gold, but in the near term, it is definitely heading down. Will it find a bottom and reverse? We'll have to wait and see. But we don't need to try and guess that, or construct a Rube Goldberg machine and try to figure out all the moving parts. All we got to do is watch the chart, and it will tell us what's going on and when it will be time to go long on gold. And we'll be ready for that. Well, that's the update for this week. Hope you found it interesting. And again, the indexes are going up, led by small caps. That's reality. And until something changes, we'll participate in that reality. All right, take care. As always, welcome your comments, your feedback, and your questions. We respond to every single one. Thanks.